Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Wednesday night, week 3 of October 1987, and we have part 1 of a television taping. So we're headed back to Minneapolis of the Twin Cities, and we are going to record one episode of AllStar Wrestling and one episode of ESPN Championship Wrestling. So, as we take a look at our venues available to us, we are at almost 8,000 people. Almost 8,000 fans are going to show up for this television taping. We have been taping before out of the sports arena. I believe it was the sports arena in Minneapolis. Sports Pavilion, 5,700 people. And we are going to start taping now out of the Minneapolis Armory. We are going to be able to draw at least 2,000 more fans, and it's going to help us overall. Okay? So we're going to select the Armory as our venue. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see if we have any backstage incidents. Rod Trongard. Oh, Rod Trongard bought drinks for everybody. He's all right, that guy. All right, we've got some protege work going on there, a bit of the usual. Let's see who's absent. Of course, Mr. Saito is gone again, and we were going to feature him on television again this week. We got a problem here with him choosing New Japan over us. Konichi's out again. That's another problem. Mike Graham is out again. Not going to help us in his face turn, so we're just going to have to deal with it and make adjustments as they come along. So we're starting out with Championship Wrestling. I'll make the adjustment here. Again, I always keep these highlighted because I'll forget and record the wrong show if I don't. So kicking off our television taping is going to be Malia Hosaka doing the favor for Vivian Vachon. And as usual, these are 3-minute matches. Malia Hosaka, as we know, is also getting work along with Windy City Pro Wrestling. Good for her. And there's Vivian Vachon, and Vivian gets the win. So if any of you are wondering how we book the females, if you are new to the channel, we alternate, okay? They do the opener every other card for television tapings. So the next set of tapings, they'll take over the first for the first week of All-Star and the second for the second week of Championship Wrestling. That's how we do it, okay? Women's wrestling was featured with the AWA, but it wasn't featured a lot, so we keep it realistic. Also, if we take a look at our roster here, and this thing is doing it to us again here, where we're not able to access. I don't understand why this keeps happening. But it does, and we're not able to access. Now we can access, but we can't see. Okay, if you see how we do it with the women's matches, we just go straight down. One face, one heel each week. So that means the ladies are featured on there once every 5 weeks, okay? So here we are back to our television taping. And our second match is going to be Paul Dose and David Koorijian versus McDaniel and Von Raschke. Again, just a 3-minute match, squash match. Paul Dose, David Koorijian. Like that, I finally got his name figured out. We're going to give Wahoo the win here. Ringo is going to face Cactus Jack next. 3-minute match, squash match for Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack doesn't get a whole lot of wins here in the AWA. So this this helps him out, even though he still has warm momentum. But if we take a look at this, he loses quite a bit here. So we'll ensure that he gets the win here on television. There it is. Moving right along here. Bill Anderson's going to face DJ Peterson, and DJ Peterson is going to get the win with that second rope diving shoulder block. Told you before how much I like DJ Peterson, and I really hope he blossoms into something special here. All right, next we got Frank Reece going to battle Sheik. Iron Sheik has been an asset to us, definitely. He's been doing some really good work for us since he got fired from the WWF on cocaine charges. And I'm happy to have him. He's working out real well. Hopefully he stays out of trouble. All right, Sgt Slaughter is going to cut a 3-minute promo here. And we're going to start doing something new here, folks. We're going to start having hosts for every segment. It doesn't necessarily matter if they say anything. So Larry Nelson's not rated, but he's on screen, okay? So Sgt Slaughter is going to be rated on microphone, and Larry Nelson is there hosting the segment, okay? Just like the real deal. I should have been doing this all along, but I didn't think of it until the other day. And when necessary, we can use the hosts to for their mic skills or whatever if we have somebody doing a promo that's lower in skill. So R&B singer here, Buddha Khan, is going to face Sgt Slaughter. And this will be an easy win for Slaughter against a very big, intimidating looking man. As we said before, Buddha Khan is at the very end of his career here, and he's more than happy to just do enhancement matches on the way out. Sgt Slaughter should get the win with that Cobra Clutch. And next we're going to do a segment, and we're going to freestyle it, where they're going to show... I'm trying to think of how we're going to do this now. We could do a video package here. And there's not really a whole lot in there. So we're going to freestyle it. So we're just doing footage is shown of Curt Hennig's title victory. So we're going to have Curt Hennig. We're going to have Nick Bockwinkel. They're both going to be rated on overness. So next we have Rodriguez and Robertson versus Rose and Summers. Got to double check. Greg Robertson, that's it, yeah. Robertson looked like he was in top shape, didn't he? Great athlete. And we're going to go 3 minutes to get on this one. Another squash match. And Doug Summers is going to get the win. Former World Tag Team Champions, Rose and Summers. Now we're going to have a Nick Bockwinkel promo, and he is not going to be happy. Nick Bockwinkel has lost the World Heavyweight title, and he is not happy at all. So again, here's Larry Nelson, hanging out but not doing anything. And in our main event, we're going to have Bobby Duncum versus Curt Hennig. This is a serious title defense for our new champion here. Again, Bobby Duncum has been undefeated on television. Curt Hennig is going to go over here clean, folks. We have to cement and establish our new champion, and this is the way to do it. So this one's booked out. We're maxed out at the 65 minutes. Let's go ahead and give it a go. Vivian Vachon obviously gets the win, just as we booked it. McDaniel lays down that tomahawk chop, and he and Von Raschke get the win. Cactus Jack wins with that double arm DDT and a horrible overall score here. See if he got a bonus for a squash. He does not. Okay, DJ Peterson wins with that second rope diving shoulder block. Bill Anderson, good wrestler, unfortunately in the AWA. He's just used his enhancement talent. Does his job well there. Iron Sheik gets that win with the camel clutch. There it is for the squash. Excellent. Not a bad score. 68 is not a bad score at all for only a 3-minute promo. Well done. All right, 70 for a squash match is good. I don't know how on earth these two only score a 60. How in the hell could these two only score a 60 with both of them being rated on over? This pisses me off. Nick Bockwinkel is like an 85 over. Curt Hennig is like an 86 over in the Midwest region. And we only get a 60 for a segment with both of them? Boy, this is the type of crap that pisses me off about this game. That's not right at all. I'm not happy one bit. Rose and Summers pick up the win. They both get very nice scores over the enhancement talent. We took that pile driver away from Doug Summers. I did a lot of research online. I tried to find what Doug Summers' finisher was, and nothing was listed. So I gave him a submission. I gave him a figure 4 leg lock. Why not? We can change it up again later. But it stops him from using that pile driver, which is too overexposed in this promotion. Okay, so this accomplishes what we wanted it to accomplish. And here's Nick Bockwinkel on his own, scores an 85 in a promo with Larry Nelson. There's no negatives, so we're going to keep doing this. And right here in our main event, a big 88, which may have saved this card. Excellent score. Curt Hennig with a 90, Bobby Duncum with an 82. Terrific. Well done. We got an increase of 25 regions. Terrific. 80 overall. That's solid for championship wrestling. So Nick Bockwinkel's promo and that main event saved this card. So excellent. Let's move on to AllStar Wrestling. And of course, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to change things over. Otherwise, I will start recording the wrong show. I've done it before, and I'd end up doing it again, and I don't want to. We're going to open up with Terry Ellis and Eddie Guerrero. Obviously, a 3-minute match. Eddie's doing well for us since he's been here. He's coming along nicely. I enjoy putting him with his two brothers in 6-man tags. We don't do enough of those. We need to start doing some more of those. All right, Baxter and Van Horne are going to take on the Nasties. I just listened to an interesting podcast today with Max Payne talking Max Payne was a 80s, 90s wrestler, big dude. And he was talking about how difficult the Nasty Boys were to work with and how physical they were and how they took liberties and took shots. And I could tell by him talking that he, to this day, does not care for them at all. But for us in the AWA, they were trained in the AWA, so we're gonna keep them around. They definitely serve a purpose for us. All right, Rex King is going to take on Alan West. We just signed Rex King as enhancement talent. He may not stay that way forever, but for right now, he's gonna do the job for us. This is actually going to be his first match working for us. All right, Keith Pullins is going to battle the worst facial hair in wrestling, Buddy Wolf. Wolf, of course, is part of that wicked tag team with Cactus Jack right now. And I think I've said it before that Buddy Wolf in the 60s and 70s held a lot of the undercard titles in the AWA that are long retired at this point. But he held the AWA Midwest Heavyweight and Midwest Tag Team titles several times. Art Washington is going to battle Steve-O. I just listened to another podcast with Jim Brunzell earlier this week, and he was talking about Steve Olszanowski and how highly he thought of Steve Olszanowski, and not only how well Steve Olszanowski did in Minnesota, but how well he did when he was working down in Georgia also. So it was interesting to hear that. If you've never listened to Jim Brunzell shoot interviews or listen to him doing interviews on podcasts, give it a shot because he's a really entertaining guy and he does very well with those. All right, we got Bobby Duncum and Dick Slater are going to do a promo here. And you know who's going to interview them? You probably don't, but he's here right now. Eric Bischoff is going to go ahead and do the promo for us with them. Of course, we're not going to rate him on anything. So Bobby Duncum is okay on the microphone. His star quality is pretty good. His menace is high. And then let's take a look at Dick Slater. Dick Slater's microphone is low. His star quality is high. Okay, so Dick Slater is going to be rated on star quality. All right, Bobby Duncum is going to be rated on menace because his menace is really high. Eric Bischoff is not going to be rated. So we're going to see how well this goes. It's worth trying, folks. We haven't done enough of this. We got to start trying out some other people here. So Blackie Guzman is going to face Dick Slater. And I need to adjust this. And we need to make sure that they talk about Baron von Raschke and Wahoo McDaniel because they got that feud going with them. And I messed up on the last TV taping with Bockwinkel's promo. Curt Hennig should have been in there. Okay, we fixed that. So now we have Guzman versus Dick Slater. Again, that first name just does not age well, but I'm getting used to it at this point. Of course, Slater's going to go over here in a quick fashion. Bob Backlund here is going to cut a promo. And as we've learned, he can cut a really good promo. course, Eric Bischoff's going to be holding the stick for him, and nothing more. I know I've talked about podcasts and a lot of that here on this episode. If you get the chance, go look up Eric Bischoff's episode of his podcast where he talked about the AWA and how he got involved in the AWA and how he ended up leaving. It is a really, really good podcast and a really good inside look into how things were in the AWA and how bad things actually got. He just had an excellent podcast talking about it. I remember when it was on, I was glued. I listened to the whole thing, and I've listened to it several times since. It was very well done, and you can see how much he appreciates what the Gagnes did for him. All right, Bob Backlund gets the win, of course. And again, we're going to do footage of Curt Hennig winning the title. That was the plan. We're no longer going to do that. We're going to do Curt Hennig cuts a promo, and we are going to have him. We're going to have Nick Bockwinkel interrupt his promo. So we have Curt Hennig. Nick Bockwinkel, and then Eric Bischoff, of course. Eric's just the stick man, that's all. So Bockwinkel's going to be rated on his microphone. Let's try something different here. Let's try rating Hennig on selling. And there we go for this one. We should get a good score. And in our main event, we're going to have the Guerrero brothers challenging the Midnight Express for the World Tag Team title. This should be an excellent main event. Of course, it's going to go 14 minutes. We'll adjust that when I get back. And regular singles. Chavo. And Hector. So there it is for the World Tag Team. And of course, we're going to have Dennis Condrey go over. And he's going to go over dirty. Going to have some manager interference. The Guerreros are outnumbered here. So there we go. We are maxed out to 65 minutes. We have a full television card lined up here. Total of 11 segments. Let's go ahead and get going. All right. Only a 22 overall. Ooh. That's rough. That's rough. 27. Not much better. Man. But what are you going to do? This is... We're keeping this as real as possible, and this is what you have to do. So this is the only way the wrestlers are going to get better is by gaining popularity. Now, if we thought those first two were bad, take a look at how bad this one is. Oh, man. Only a 19. Of course, Alan West scored a 45, but he only scored an 11. So somehow the average between those two drops it all the way down to 19. I don't know. I'll never understand the math with this game. Oh, this one gets another outstanding score. So we got a 55 and a 24, and we end up with a 28. Oh, we better hope the back half is good here. So Olsenowski gets the win. At least this one went out of the teens. We got that going for us. Man. All right, Slater and Duncum did okay for a 3-minute promo here. Got a 70 overall. Not bad. Not bad at all. Got a 70 again. Excellent. 84. Good job, Bobby B. And doesn't Bischoff look professional here? Looks real official, doesn't he? This is a good step. We should have been doing this all along. It's kind of cool. All right, we got a 70 again here. Backlund wins with the crossface chicken wing. Here's the only thing that sucks, ladies and gentlemen, with doing this realistic and making these TV shows squash matches. It's going to hurt their overall rating for the end of the year when they do the Power 200 or whatever it is. It hurts their overall score because these lower scores drag down the average overall score. But, you know, I don't really care. I don't really worry about that stuff. And we're just doing this to give a realistic. I'm trying to run this game and this series as if this is what I really saw on TV back in 1987. And this is what we really saw. So I strive for realism, and I want this game to be as real as possible. And that's what we're getting here. So if that's the back end downside is that they're not as high as they should be on the Power 200 or whatever it is, I don't really care. Doesn't really matter. Yes, this is what we were looking for. Exactly. This is a nice score. Perfect. 88. Let's see how our main does. Main gets a 77 overall. That's acceptable to me. Let's see if Randy Rose is penalized again for being tired. And he is, but it's out of my control. You're the World Tag Team Champions. You got to put in the times. So, you got to put in the time. All right. Let's go ahead and finish up. Let's see what we did overall for a score. We increased 10 regions. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, folks. We are going to stop there as always. This will be part 1 of this episode, and part 2 will be back tomorrow, the back half of the tapings. So stick with us, everybody. We're having a lot of fun. This has been a great time. You should be playing, if you're playing already, version 7. And I hope you're enjoying it because I really put a ton of work into that, and I'm excited for people to play it. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. Drop comments here. Shoot me an email. Whatever you want to do. Contact me on social media. However you want to do it. Let me know what you think of 7.0 and how you're enjoying it so far. And for those of you that don't have it and you would like it, go to braddrake.net/contact. Drop me a line. I will send you over a Google Drive link that'll take you to the spot where you can pick up the picture pack and the database. Okay? Folks, if you haven't done so already, please give us a like, share our content, and make sure you subscribe. It's going to help us in the long run. We're trying to build an empire here. Okay, and last but not least, facebook.com/groups/1987 Supermod. That's facebook.com/groups/1987 Supermod. Go ahead and join us on there and join us in conversation about this mod. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. So long for now.